If you go on to enjoy the video, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. It does really help me out a lot. And if you're into Funko Pops, I've just started a brand new channel dedicated to them. The link for that can be found in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? Tim here. Welcome back to a brand new player review. I know I've gone and done it. Am I stupid? Maybe. So 87 rated Eric Bailly with 5-star weak foot, 3-star skills, high defensive work rate, 6'1". I didn't really need him, to be honest. I looked at him and Fofana, who I think is an 86 rated card. Of course, he was an objective a little while ago, and there isn't really an awful lot of difference. I haven't done a side-by-side, and I probably should have done before I started recording, but I've done a side-by-side with Eric Bailly and someone who is just a little bit more popular, and a lot of people tend to use him even though he's still only an 83 rated card. I am, of course, talking about Joe Gomez. We'll talk more about that later on in the video. So he is, I mean, is he expensive? Is he not? 235 to 250,000 coins. It sounds like a lot of money. Is it a lot of money? Is he one of those really broken centre-backs that, you know, you could easily pay 500k for and have him in the team till the end of the game, despite the fact that he's only 87 rated? You'll have to watch and find out. So, high defensive work rate, like we said, 6'1". What body type does he have? Be interested. High and average, yeah, makes sense. 79 acceleration, 85 sprint speed. That is the wrong way round, if you ask me. It should be the other way round. Well, not should be, but I would prefer it to be, you know. But it's not the end of the world. But 87 composure, 82 reactions. Could be higher for sure, but still, it's not terrible. 81 short passing with a 5-star weak foot is pretty decent. And then we have mid to high 80s for everything defensive and physical, apart from the stamina, which is 83, but as a centre-back, that's perfectly fine. So 89 slide tackle, 88 stand tackle, 85 defensive awareness, decent in the air with 88 interceptions, and of course we have a shadow on him, which means he has 89 acceleration and 95 sprint speed, which is good, obviously. The problem is the fact that he is 6'1" with a high and average body type with 77 agility and 70 balance, so he doesn't feel particularly quick. I don't want him to be, you know, Raheem Sterling foot birthday quick. He doesn't need, well, I say he doesn't need to be. He does need to be that fast, but it's not the end of the world that he isn't that fast, and I wasn't expecting him to be that fast, but I had somewhat of a problem with his mobility in this review. I tried to mix up the team a little bit. I threw Ben Arfa and Fernando Torres lone card up front, and by mixing up the team, I literally mean that's it, because the rest of those players I use very regularly. And to be honest, if I played Rivals and Weekend League anywhere near as much, I probably would complete Makelele in terms of his SBC. But anyway, that's by the by. That's by the by. Anyway, so is he any good? He's alright. He's nothing fantastic. Unfortunately, that's my biggest problem with this card. I have had a little time now. I don't know if you could tell where the cut was, but I have had a little time to go and do a little comparison between him and Fofana while I was just sat there commentating. I was thinking, I need to find out how good he is compared to Fofana in terms of stats, because Fofana is my main centre-back alongside Puyol and Alaba, and I don't think Eric Bailly will replace him, even though Fofana was a free card and one rating lower. On paper, Fofana beats Eric Bailly quite comfortably in terms of total in-game stats. Now, a lot of the in-game stats are where you don't really need them in terms of a centre-back, so he beats him for everything in terms of shooting. That's irrelevant as a centre-back. In terms of the defensive capability, they are very, very similar. Eric Bailly beats Fofana quite comfortably by 6 or 7 overall in terms of interceptions, but everything else is back and forth and very close if one does win. So, if you have Fofana and you've been using him, I know a lot of people have better defenders, but I get by with him and he's fine. But if you are using Fofana, then you don't need this card unless you are an avid Manchester United fan who wants to have some sort of special Eric Bailly card. Passing out from the back, very hit or miss with him. I wouldn't expect it to be pinpoint accurate every time, but some passes are outrageously accurate and they go for like miles, honestly, like 70-yard rake balls, and they are accurate. Other passes are just completely random and they go all over the place. So don't expect any degree of consistency when you play it out from the back. That there, for example, Not a very good ball, but he does recover and gets a little interception in quite nice. Wins the ball back and we're away. He's solid. There's nothing bad about him, really. I mean, he's not as agile and as mobile as I'd like him to be. He doesn't feel anywhere near as good as, and I can't believe I'm about to say this, but he doesn't feel as good as, look at that for a ball, by the way, as Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez is 83 rated card. As much as it pains me to say it, I am a Liverpool fan, by the way. There isn't any reason why Joe Gomez should be as good as he is in FIFA. It's just one of those things where it suits the way the game is. He's quick enough and he's broken. A lot of people can argue that he's not good enough anymore, and you might be right, but when you compare him to these types of cards, Fofana, Joe Gomez, Eric Bailly, I'm just looking at them and thinking, well, he's almost as good as them in terms of how he feels in game. If you look at the stats, Eric Bailly and Fofana both absolutely smashed Joe Gomez, but we're not looking at the stats. We're looking at how they actually perform in game. People still use Joe Gomez and get away with him. Why? Because it's just the way the game is. You always get those players. It was Eden Militao last year. There was one or two players the year before. It's always the way that it goes. There's always one or two players every single FIFA that are quite low rated that will be good enough to see you through to the majority of the game, maybe even up until team of the season. And Joe Gomez is just that card this year. It's just the way that it is. Is this card, by this I mean Eric Bailly, usable? Absolutely. You can use him and you won't be disappointed with him unless, of course, you are expecting him to be head and shoulders better than your current centre-back. And unless your current centre-back is Nathan Ake, you probably will be disappointed. If you're a Man United fan, I can understand why you'd want to do it, and I think it would be okay. He's not a bad centre-back. It's just when you compare him to the other options, he is then a very expensive option because he is currently coming in, because fodder is so high right now, he's currently coming in at between 235 and 250. That is an unbelievable amount of money to spend on a player that is eclipsed by two cards, one of which is about 10k, maybe less. The other was free in an objective. So that is the most frustrating thing for me. I did this for science. I would not expect anyone else to go out and complete it unless they were a Man United fan. There are better SBCs out there. For an extra 250k, you can get a 91 Marco Reus. Every video I do, I'm saying Marco Reus at the moment because I just think that card is banging value for coins. And a lot of people disagree with me, but when you compare him to other cards on the market, and especially this, it's just outrageous how good that SBC is. Even Renato Sanchez is about 600-700k. But I digress. This card is decent. It's good for Man United fans, and if you're interested in building some sort of obscure team with players that don't get used that often, yeah, go for it. But you can get better defenders for a fraction of the price. Hermoso, for example, is cheaper. He's like 100 and something K. Go get him. He's so much better than this Eric Bailly card. But there we are. I'll be back again shortly with another review. I have a mid-season player review as well as maybe Sane Foot Birthday, I think we'll put out today. Let me know what you think of Eric Bailly in the comments. If you have enjoyed this video, though, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.